Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of what if Naruto had the unknown Sharingan. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends and social media platform, and stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of what if Naruto rebuild the Uzumaki clan, so stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And also guys, over on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Naruto had multiple people inside of him. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And later on I'm going to be posting What If Naruto was trained to be a weapon, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and without further ado, let's begin this new episode, shall we? Let's get straight into the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, to do a bit of a recap the last time we left off, Naruto started to face off against Neji until Naruto revealed that he has a Sharingan, shocking everyone to their core as they didn't understand, except for Sakura who already know, as Sasuke really wanted to know as he was confused. Did he had another family member out there? Or was this some kind of a trick or something? As Naruto faced off against Neji, and Neji was no match for him after revealing his Sharingan, as Naruto knocked down Neji and he was still holding back a lot, seeing that he didn't use any deadly attack against Neji. He then brought Neji into the Tsukuyomi as he told Neji that a long time ago the villagers beat him half to death, and Hinata came there and gave him something to drink. As she smiled back at him as her caretaker took her away, that is why he will protect her and not let anyone hurt her, because she is one of his friends. And with that, Naruto exit the Tsukuyomi with Neji, as Neji collapsed on the ground unable to move. As Naruto was declared the winner, the fight then happened between Sasuke and Gaara, as the both of them had their epic battle as usual until something went wrong, as Temari and Kankuro know that Gaara was behaving in a way. Something about Naruto's chakra was messing with him, seeing that Naruto has the Kyuubi chakra in his system, seeing that the Kyuubi was just a consciousness in his head when he was drawing on the chakra inside the Tsukuyomi that Itachi put him in. Naruto's chakra is messing with Gaara's chakra. So, the invasion began and the people were put to sleep as Temari and Kankuro took Gaara out of the village. As Sasuke chased after them, Kakashi summoned Pakan as he get the help from Sakura, Shino, Shikamaru to go and rescue Sasuke and stop him from fighting that sand ninja, as Naruto was nowhere to be found. As Naruto was around the village taking care of any ninja, as he then saw Shikamaru was being chased by a couple of sound ninjas, so he decided to intervene, as Shikamaru up to this point was basically his best friend. As Naruto saved Shikamaru, Temari sensed that Naruto was coming, as she told Kankuro to go on ahead, as she stayed behind. As Naruto told Shikamaru to go ahead, as Temari started to fire a lot of wind attacks at Naruto, as Naruto kept on dodging them, as Kurama told him to do something unexpected, as Naruto got close to Temari and kissed her, as she was caught off guard by that, as Naruto chopped her in the back of the neck, knocking her out, as he placed her down on the ground and it went off. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? Kankuro kept looking back over his shoulder as he jumped from branch to branch. Please, be alright, he whispered, hoping that by some way his sister would hear him. It had been 20 minutes since she went off to take care of that blonde boy, and 5 minutes ago, he could no longer sense her chakra at all. As he kept on telling himself it was just because they were too far apart and he wasn't so good at sensing chakra. But he was still getting worried and worried for every minute that passed. At least you're still out, he said, looking down at Gaara. As Kankuro eyes then widened, he has been so preoccupied thinking about his sister's status that he didn't realize the Uchiha boy was getting closer and closer. As Kankuro looked back as he saw Sasuke coming up on them. As Kankuro was then knocked away, not realizing what was going on, he slowly opened his eyes as he saw Gaara glaring and pissed off at someone. As Kankuro turned as he saw Sasuke standing a few feet away from Gaara. As Gaara clenched his head in pain, but there was a smile on his face. Whatever it is you're trying to pull, Sasuke said as he took out a kunai, it ends here. End? Gaara said. End? He said. Nothing is going to end until Mother is satisfied. As a weird pattern came on the right side of his face as he dropped to his knees. As Sasuke watched the red head in front of him start to change, as his right arm changed into that same thing that tried to grab him in the stadium, as the right side of Gaara's face turned into a monster, as a dark chakra was seeping out of him. Somehow, some way, Sasuke did not understand, but the chakra reminded him of Naruto. As Gaara immediately jumped off, as Sasuke jumped up in the air, as Gaara teared through the tree that he was standing on, as Gaara shot his sand hand up, as Sasuke was watching the sand hand come towards him with extreme speed, destroying everything in his path. As Sasuke jumped from tree to tree, as the sand arm chased him around, as the hand came back to Gaara. What's the matter? Is it not fun? Don't you want to have fun? Come on, let's play. If you keep jumping all over the place, Mother won't like that at all. As Sasuke took notice of his eye, it now had a yellow shuriken inside of it. As Sasuke held down his hand as he started to form the Chidori, as he rushed towards Gaara. 5 minutes later, Sasuke was on the ground panting heavily as Gaara, every part of his body except for his legs has transformed right now. As Sasuke had fired off 4 Chidori and his body is completely exhausted. As he was huffing and puffing, as he couldn't move as Gaara jumped at him, as Sasuke closed his eyes and waited for the pain. As he heard something hit, but he didn't feel any extra pain, he just felt the same pain that was coursing through his body. As he slowly opened his eyes, "You should be more careful," Sasuke said a voice. As Sasuke saw Shino and Gaara had a scratch mark on the sand on his cheek. "Sasuke," said a voice as Sasuke turned his head as he saw Sakura with a dog. "Are you are..." But she stopped as she saw the flame-like pattern on his shoulder. "I'm alright," Sasuke said as Sakura helped him up. "Okay, we got the Uchiha, now let's get out of here before something bad happens." "Did that dog just talk?" Sasuke asked as he was confused looking at the dog. "I am afraid we can't go anywhere," said Shino as he looked at Gaara. "I doubt that he would simply let us walk out." Sakura narrowed her eyes at Gaara in his monster form, but his chakra was so similar to Naruto's. Why? As Gaara laughed as he looked at the Leaf Ninja. "Sasuke is my prey, so if you would please, all of you, stand aside," he said in a demonic tone. Sasuke tried to move his body forward to face the opponent, but he was blocked by Shino. "Sasuke, you are in no condition to fight, so I will be taking your place." "What?" "No," Sasuke said. "You know, I have a better idea," said Gaara. "I'll just kill all of you." As Shino jumped forward as Sasuke watched a similar replay to his own battle, Gaara using his sand to chase Shino around. As they all watched, Shino got caught as the sand started to twirl around him as Gaara squeezed his palm as Sasuke stepped in front of Sakura so she wouldn't see this sight. But no blood came. "No one has fallen for that trick except for Kiba. I guess you are as stupid as him," said Shino as bugs came from the palm that squished Shino. As the real Shino is behind Gaara as he brought down his fist. The force of the punch was strong enough to knock him off into a nearby tree. "I may lack the Sharingan, but please don't underestimate me," as Sasuke sighed, as it was a sigh of relief that Shino was okay. "Sasuke, what are you doing?" Sakura asked, as Sasuke realized he didn't want Sakura to see Shino's death, and he accidentally held on to her in a rather inappropriate way. "Sorry," he said as he released her. As Gaara growled as he looked at Shino. "You're going to pay for that one," he said. As the battle went on, as Gaara drove his sand fist toward Shino, but the sand simply faded away. As Gaara didn't understand, the sand was not moving or doing what he said it to do. You have not realized yet, said Shino, as he took his hand out of his pocket. Look down, he said, pointing down. As Gaara saw numerous black bugs crawling on his body. They have the ability to eat chakra, rendering technique like yours useless. As Shino then rushed off towards Gaara, as Gaara tried to bring up his crumbling sand to defend himself. As the sand started to break off of Gaara's face, showing his cheek underneath it, as Shino planted his fist right into it. As Gaara was sent flying down into the ground, before he could get up fully, Shino knocked him up with an uppercut. As he then did a roundhouse kick right into Gaara's stomach that sent him flying into a tree trunk. As Gaara was struggling to get up, the bugs were sapping away his chakra. And his sand was falling, but he was still laughing as he released a dangerous laugh. You really think that you could just sever mother from me that easily? He said. As everyone watched as the sand came back on Gaara and reformed his entire body from the knee up. As a big smile spread on his face, as all of Shino's bugs got crushed within the sand as their body fall. As several mouths appear on Gaara's sand body as he started to inhale air. As he then released a powerful wind and sand gust. The force of the attack tear right through the forest and blew away Shino. As he then shot both of his arms forward towards Shino. As Shino shifted his body, but one of them still caught him by his right arm. As the sand snapped Shino's arm. As Shino cried out in pain as Gaara kept on chuckling. As the sand slammed Shino into a tree trunk. As Gaara then jumped forward to deliver the final blow as he extended his claw from the sand to dig right into Shino's chest. But a few inches away from Shino, Gaara was unable to move. You people are just too troublesome to deal with sometimes, said a voice. As Shikamaru was on the branch as his shadow was holding on to Gaara. Shino, could you please get out of the way, said Shikamaru. As Shino picked himself up and got out of the way. As Gaara's sand was coming toward Shikamaru, as Shikamaru immediately disconnected the shadow and jumped to another branch. So, you're going to fight me next? Gaara asked. Fight? Me? Said Shikamaru. Nah, my abilities are meant for stalling, not fighting. Then get out of my sight, said Gaara as he thrust his arms forward. As Shikamaru jumped away on another branch. Sorry, no can do. Or I won't hear the end of it from him, said Shikamaru, thinking about Naruto. Besides, I was just holding you off until he arrived. Well, I guess my time is done here, said Shikamaru. As Naruto arrived behind Gaara. Shikamaru, I leave you alone for 5 minutes and look what you get yourself into, said Naruto. As Naruto wasn't even looking at Gaara. Naruto? Sakura whispered his name. As Naruto looked at her, as he gave her a simple nod, as she felt much safer. You, Gaara said as his face twisted into a sick form of happiness to see a fellow Jinchuriki. You finally got here, the one that has been calling mother out. I take it that the form he has, it's Ichibai, Naruto said. Yeah, that stupid raccoon always pick a human and become extremely attached to him or her. That's how he end up trapped in that kennel in the first place. But to make the boy call him mother and eat away the boy's sanity? I think Shikaku has been losing it over the years, said Kurama. As Gaara then said, Sand Shuriken, as a barrage of shurikens shot towards Naruto. As all of them hit him dead on, but then he poofed away. Before Gaara could search for him, he felt several kicks in his back, as he was sent crashing down into the ground. As he turned his head and saw 5 Naruto above him, ready to throw their shuriken. As all of them released their kunais and shuriken. As none of them hit Gaara, as he then saw explosive tags on all of them. As Gaara tried to move, but 2 hands break from the ground and held onto his head, holding him in place as the explosions went off. After a while, Gaara was still smoking. Damn you, he said as he looked up to see Naruto in front of him. Are you still enjoying yourself? Naruto asks. Of course I am, said Gaara. I have to fight to prove my existence. Is this pity, what I'm feeling for you? Said Naruto, as Gaara looked at him confused. Or is it envy? All my life, I wonder if my life had meaning. At least Yearn had one. But something like that to prove your existence. Huh, I guess us beggars cannot be choosers, Naruto said, with a dry laugh. As Sakura felt like her heart ached at Naruto's words. But all of that look of sympathy and sadness were gone from Naruto's eyes. You placed my friends in danger, and for that, as his Sharingans appear in his eyes, as Gaara just let out a deranged laugh. That look in your eyes are perfect. I want you to look at me just like that until I spill your blood for mother. As he thrust his sand arms forward in Naruto's direction. As Naruto jumped upwards and landed on a tree, as he pushed off it with great speed, as he brought his fist back, as he sighted all of Gaara's sand arms, but Gaara jumped straight up in the air. As Gaara pushed his body down, ready to strike down on Naruto. As Naruto twisted his body and dodged Gaara, as he flipped over and landed a solid kick right into Gaara's back, as Gaara propelled straight down into the ground. As Gaara picked himself up, is that the best you have? He asked. Mother and I waited for you after hearing your call, but is this all you have to show for it? I guess I'm putting quite a below average performance, Naruto said. I guess it would be okay if I went a little while. As Naruto vanished in a blur, as he appeared right in front of Gaara and drive his knee right into Gaara's face. Even through the sand protection, Gaara still felt the blow from the force his face received. As Naruto then brought his fist down and crushed it into Gaara's sand face. As Gaara was sent flying backwards because of the force. Moving like blinding speed, Naruto disappeared and reappeared again at the branch that Gaara was traveling to. As Naruto swung his leg forward, driving his kick into Gaara's back. As Gaara screamed in pain. He then flipped over and drove his knee into Gaara's stomach as Gaara was sent spiraling as he crashed into the ground a bang. As Naruto went through hand sign, fire style, fireball jutsu he said. But Gaara shot his two sand arms forward as it burst right through the fireball as Gaara increased it with more chakra as it was thrusting forward to Naruto as Naruto quickly sliced them off with a kunai. As they quickly reformed and chased after Naruto again. Naruto kept on dodging the both of them until they retreated and grabbed onto the nearby branch and pulled Gaara up. That's more like it, said Gaara. Mother is starting to enjoy this fight. As Gaara took off a piece of his sand body and threw it in the air, as it was now releasing sand bullets towards Naruto as Naruto dodged them as they ripped right through the tree that he was standing on. Damn it, Naruto cursed as he looked up, Amaterasu, as the sand projectile was encased in black flames. After a few seconds, it was gone. As Gaara looked up as his sand was reduced to nothing by black flames, piece of his mother that always protected him simply disappeared right in front of his eyes like it wasn't even there. Bastard! You bastard! Gaara screamed. How dare you try to take mother away from me? Mother is the only one important to me in this world. The only one that never deserted me and always remained at my side. Mother is all I have, Gaara screamed at the top of his lungs. As Gaara looked down at Naruto with that intense glare. All you have? Said Naruto. As something that Gaara just said made Naruto snap as his Sharingan was flaring as he summoned two clones in a blinding speed. All of the clones were gone as Sasuke watched as he saw the pure look of anger and disdain on Naruto's face as Naruto started to beat the living crap out of Gaara, and his clones were helping him as well. As Gaara was sent flying all around. That thing is not all you have, Naruto said. You have siblings. You have a family. You are probably even able to meet your father. So don't you come here and tell me that's all you have when you push everyone else away. You have so much, yet you choose to become like this. As Naruto speed through hand sign at a rate that Gaara couldn't follow as Naruto jumped up in the air. He then vanished in a blur as he appeared next to Gaara as he released a large fireball from his mouth that consumed Gaara and sent him flying. I really hate people like you. People thrive on the knowledge of being feared. You claim being alone in this world, but in truth you view yourself above all other, locking yourself inside a barrier of sand and trying to sound like a damn victim. You don't know what real pain is, what it's like to be betrayed by the— Shut up! Gaara yelled, interrupting Naruto. You don't know anything about me, Gaara said, as he was on the ground in pain. You don't know all I had to go through, and now, Mother is the only one. And betrayal? Don't you dare speak to me about betrayal, Gaara said. I will never let anyone else betray me, Gaara screamed, as he thrust his arm forward as monstrous limbs came from Gaara as Naruto had to jump away. As Gaara teared through trees and branches, I will push everyone away because I won't ever let them betray me again, he said, as he then released a powerful gust of wind from his mouth. As Naruto jumped behind a thick tree and escaped the wind that teared through the forest. I will destroy everyone in my path. I will offer their blood to Mother and prove that I exist in this world. To prove that I was betrayed and that I will take my revenge on the world. As Naruto jumped away from a tree as Gaara destroyed it, it hurt me to no end that you have given up on the world so easily. As blue chakra started to leak from Naruto's body. I really cannot forgive you right now, Naruto said, as he looked at Gaara. As the both of them dashed forward. As we go into a flashback, a 4-year-old Itachi and Kamara was walking on the road, Uchiha Kamara to be exact, as Itachi and Kamara were cousins. As the both of them were walking until Itachi saw Minato Namikaze. Minato, said Kamara. Itachi raised an eyebrow at the excitement in his cousin's voice, at the legendary already Jonin. How are you on this fine day, Kamara? Minato asked, as she giggled a bit as Itachi looked between the both of them. As Minato gaze went down to Itachi. And what about you, Itachi? Your name is coming up as of lately. Fukaku and Mikato must be proud. As he ruffled Itachi's ear. As Itachi didn't know why, but something about Minato always get on his nerve. As he slapped away Minato's hand. Well, it seemed like you still have the attitude problem, said Minato. I guess it's just normal for you to be jealous. After all, I'm already a famous shinobi, while you're just a little kid with a play set. Yeah, like I'm supposed to be envious of you. I already heard about the incident with your Hiroshin and the waterfall. What? Said Minato. Who told you that? As Kamara started to laugh, as Itachi started to laugh as well, as the both of them were laughing at Minato, as he blushed in embarrassment. End of the flashback. We currently have Itachi, as he was looking out at the rain falling on the ground at the entrance of the Akatsuki base. Why am I remembering something like that, he wondered. As of lately, since he met Naruto and saw those blue Sharingans, he has been having nightmares. As he was meditating, trying to clear his head, but that old memory just got in there. Suddenly, a realization hit him. Could it be? His train of thought was cut off, as Kisame walked up to him. There you are, said Kisame. I've been looking everywhere for you. The others told me that you got our new orders. As Itachi nodded. We are to go to Konoha once again, he said, as he walked out into the rain. Goody, said Kisame. I finally get a chance to meet the kid that kicked your ass a couple months ago. As Itachi just remained silent. I really don't know if I should capture him or thank him, said Kisame with a chuckle. As Itachi just kept quiet. I mean, the great Itachi, the most powerful Sharingan user, defeated by a mere genin brat. When I heard about it, I thought it was my birthday, Kisame said as he broke out in laughter. Keep it up, fishman, said Itachi, as he just kept on walking, as Kisame glared at him. Meanwhile, back at the battle, what's going on, said Temari, as she arrived beside Kankuro. As Kankuro was happy that she was alright. Well, as you can see, the scenario is getting worse by the second. Something about that guy is just jerking Gaara further and further. Hey, what took you so long to get here? Asked Kankuro. As Kankuro saw her blush. None of your business, she said, as he shrugged it off, as he set his eyes back on the fight between the two apparent monsters. Meanwhile, Naruto was jumping back, and then the pain that has been bothering him since the last few months then activated and started coarse pain all over his body as he was frozen. As Gaara's sand arm grabbed his leg and started to pull him towards him. As Naruto found himself looking directly in Gaara's eyes, as Gaara pulled back his claw, as Naruto muttered the words, Tsukuyomi. What the hell is going on? Gaara said, as he was no longer in the forest, but a wasteland. What have you done with mother? He asked, as Naruto was a couple feet away from him. Your mother won't be able to manifest in here. This is a place where all of your sins come back to pass judgment on you. As a katana appeared between the two of them. This is my world, said Naruto as he held onto the sword. This is my hell, as he thrust the blade forward. As the sword was stopped by sand, as a wicked smile appeared on Gaara's face, as the sand engulfed him again. I already told you, said Gaara in a mocking tone. Mother will never desert me. Suddenly, Naruto was pushed back by an unseen force as he found himself outside of Tsukuyomi mindscape. As he slammed into a tree, as he felt pain coursing through his eyes. Damn it, the scroll warned me that this will happen if the Tsukuyomi was rejected. It must have been the one Tails doing, Naruto said as he clenched his forehead, as he tried to shake off the Genjutsu recall. Was that your hell? Said Gaara. Well then, allow me to bring mine out here. As sand then exploded all around Gaara, creating a giant raccoon. As Naruto was still in pain as he couldn't move. As Gaara brought down the sand, Naruto, Sakura cried out. At the sound of her voice, a glob of sand came off of his arm and flew towards Sakura, pinning her on a tree. Sakura! Shino, Shikamaru and Sasuke said at the same time, as Shino reached over there first, as Sakura was unconscious, as he tried to get the sand off her by using his bugs, but the bugs could not digest the sand chakra. Can you get her out? Shikamaru asked as he arrived. The sand then extended and wrapped around Shino and Shikamaru, pinning them to the tree as well. Guys, Sasuke said as he arrived. Sasuke, move! Said Shikamaru as Sasuke jumped back away from the sand. Naruto quickly bit his thumb as he went through hand sign. Summoning jutsu, he said, as he was a giant poof of smoke. As Gamabunta appeared. You better have a damn good reason to summon me, said Gamabunta. Well, is that a good reason? Naruto asked as he pointed at Shikaku. I see, said Gamabunta as he put his pipe away. But you owe me one, as he unsheathed his sword and pointed at Gaara. As the monster brought both of his hands forward as it shot towards the toad, as Gamabunta quickly jumped out of there. As the sand raccoon quickly released a compressed ball of air as Gamabunta released a ball of water as they smashed in together. As the toad boss then jumped forward and sliced one of Shikaku's arm off. But then the sand on the ground wrapped around Gamabunta's legs as it pulled him towards Shikaku. As the chest of Shikaku opened up as he started to swallow Gamabunta. Gamabunta then shook his head, throwing off Naruto, as he wanted to make sure that Naruto was safe as he fight off the sand from engulfing him. As the sand then shot from Gaara and wrapped around Naruto in mid-air and forced him down to the ground a bang. As Naruto's eyes slowly opened. Look, Gaara said. As Naruto saw what he was referring to. Sakura, Shino, Shikamaru, they all were being crushed by the sand. As Sasuke tried to free them, but he didn't have the chakra to do it. They're all going to die soon, Gaara announced, and you can't do a damn thing about it. I am going to take them all away from you and offer them up to Mother. Why am I not strong enough to save them? Naruto wondered, as the sand was engulfing him, almost covering his neck. It's just like with my fox mask. I am unable to protect the things I care about. As Naruto saw a Sharingan activate back in his eyes, Amaterasu, he said, as he pumped out a lot of chakra that engulfed the body of the raccoon. As the raccoon moved back, allowing Gamabunta to get out of there, Naruto, are you alright? Gamabunta asks. Don't worry, it's alright now, as he knows the effect of the Amaterasu. No, it's not done yet, said Naruto, as he rolled up his sleeve to show a bandaged forearm. I'm gonna need a lift, said Naruto, as Gamabunta picked him up and threw him with impressive speed towards a burning Shikaku. As Naruto tore off the bandage off his arm to show a summoning tattoo, this is the weapon that his father possessed. As Naruto went through hand sign, Namikaze, summoning jutsu, he said. Just as Naruto was about to reach Gaara, both of them were swallowed up by a blinding light. But guys, in the end this episode right here, if you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And stay tuned for the rest of the what is coming your way. I'm going to be posting what if Naruto was trained to be a weapon. And I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Rebuild the Uzumaki clan. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King too. And Anime King, guys, yeah, become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, guys. And without further ado, I'm out for now. Peace. See you in a couple of minutes.